يا كتاب الله يا مؤنسي وملاذيا، يا دليلا فيه أدرك ما علي وما ليا. سمت من يتلوك صار يكتسي تاج الوقار، يحظى ذاك الشرف يرقى حين يقرأ عاليا. يا كتاب الله حسبي أن تكون المنجيا. جنة تلك المعاني عشتها قبل الجنان، رحلة في كل آية خطها هزت كياني. جنة تلك المعاني عشتها قبل الجنان، رحلة في كل آية خطها هزت كياني. يا كتاب الله حسبي أن تكون المنجيا. كتاب الله يا مؤنسي وملاذيا، يا دليلا فيه أدرك ما علي وما ليا. سمت من يتلوك صار يكتسي تاج الوقار، يحظى ذاك الشرف يرقى حين يقرأ عاليا. يا كتاب الله حسبي أن تكون المنجيا. هذا قرآن كريم باسم رحمن رحيم، في الحياة ترى نداه ثم في الأخرى نعيم. هذا قرآن كريم باسم رحمن رحيم، في الحياة ترى نداه ثم في الأخرى نعيم. يا كتاب الله حسبي أن تكون المنجيا. يا كتاب الله يا مؤنسي وملاذيا، يا دليلا فيه أدرك ما علي وما ليا. سمت من يتلوك صار يكتسي تاج الوقار، يحظى ذاك الشرف يرقى حين يقرأ عاليا. يا كتاب الله حسبي أن تكون المنجيا. روضة العشاق روضة العشاق، رحلة الأعمال رحلة الأعمال، محضن المشتاق وأنقى معين. يا كتاب الله.
ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. All praises, thanks, adorations are due unto Almighty Allah, the Lord of the universe, the creator of the creatures, the one and only. We thank him for sparing our life till today. We have planned this program for some months now that we want to organize this program. We thank Almighty Allah to have spared our life to witness today. We equally beseech him to bless the noble soul of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, and the generality of believers, including me and you. May Allah make us the true follower of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Having done that, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have promised that we are going to start this program at exactly 10 o'clock, and this is 10. As Muslims, we have to be conscious of time. And from now on, we don't want to be seeing any one of you roaming about. But before the program commences, I want to implore the old school, Ansarul Islam. I want to implore you. It's not only you we invited for this program. We invited about 5 or 10 schools. But it will be uncalled for. It will not be okay for the invited school to come out and be standing. So we want to implore you, if you spare us, if some of you please spare us the seat you are sitting on for the invited school to sit, we very much appreciate that, for Allah's sake. It means we have invited only 100 students from this school, but the number we are seeing here is more than 100, and that will make the seat not to occupy the invited schools. Please, for Allah's sake, allow the invited schools to have seats, for Allah's sake. The old school, please allow the invited school to sit. Please, for Allah's sake. You can hang around and still be listening to what we are saying. Look at our sisters and our brothers from Mount Canada. Thank Almighty Allah. We are starting the program by first introducing the guests. We want to introduce our guests, and that is the second item on the agenda here. The topic for discussion today, as we all know, I don't want to introduce ourselves. I mean the organizer of the program. Our chairman is on seat. The program and the topic and how we do it, how it's been organized, that we bring to Asaru, where we have gone, our chairman will tell you everything. And the Oasis, the people organizing this kind of program, the chairman will tell you everything. The topic for discussion of today's program is drug and substance abuse. Drug and what? Substance abuse. The lecturer that will do that for us is very much on seat, and it's a lecturer from Al-Hikmah University, and every one of you will enjoy. This program is meant for the students in the secondary schools, and I want you to listen with rapt attention when the topic or the lecture is being given, please judge whatever that is judgeable. Please. And don't make any noise. And if it's time for question and answer, you give one chance to ask your questions. So introduction of guests is the next item on the agenda. We are going to first and foremost call our lecturer of today in person of Dr. Lawal from the Department of Sociology at Al-Hikmah University. You are highly welcome, sir. Say takbir. You are the Islamic gathering. Say takbir. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Prophet Sallallahu said, "Man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa." Who are those religions? Who are the people that usually clap whenever they are doing their? I'm just supposed to be copying them. Whatever we do that requires you to shout and echo, it's not like to say Allahu Akbar. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Our lecturer, please. You are ready, welcome, sir. You are equally going to call onto the high seat the chairman of this organization, West's Muslim Care Foundation. In absentia, but his representatives will be called to sit on the high table in person of Engineer Afeez Takbir for him. Also, to sit on the high table is Madam Mr. Muhammad Shuaib from University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital. Allahu Akbar. We are also going to be calling on our chief, the CEO Ilorin of Kwara State. The person of Madam Dolore Adedibe is also going to sit on the item. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our admin of this Oasis Care Foundation is in person of Malam Makonjola Habibullah. He has been going up and down since. That is the Malam standing at the door. Is also part of this program. We want to also recognize the teachers that follow the students. To this August occasion, we are saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As the other guests that were invited comes into the hall, we shall be introducing them to sit on the high table. In order not to waste our time, we are going to the next agenda. And that is to listen to the word of Allah, Quran al-Kareem. We want to listen to the recitation of the Holy Quran. I'm going to do a very snappy search now. From Atabat. Do you have Atabat students here? Any one of you that has memorized the entire Quran? You have Hafiz among you?
Not the complete.
Not complete. Miss Abi? Alhamdulillah. Please come and recite Quran for us. May Allah reward you as you accept our invitation. Jazakumullahu khairan. In 3 minutes, please give us.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصافات صفا فالزاجرات زجرا فالتاليات ذكرا إن إلهكم لواحد رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما ورب المشارق إنا زينا السماء الدنيا بزينة الكواكب وحفظا من كل شيطان مارد لا يسمعون إلى الملأ الأعلى ويغذفون من كل جانب دحورا ولهم عذاب واصب إلا من خطف الخطفة فأتبعه شهاب ثاقب فاستفتهم أهم أشد خلقا أم من خلقنا إنا خلقناكم من طين لازب بل عجبت ويسخرون وإذا ذكروا لا يذكرون وإذا رأوا آية يستسخرون.
We thank our brother that has just recited the Quran for us. It's that glorious words. May Allah bless the knowledge of our brother and every one of us who have listened to that Quran. As brother is going to get reward, he that listens to definitely will be rewarded. May Allah just deprive us from that reward. Jazakumullahu khairan. Now, after listening to Holy Quran, as Muslims, just like I told you, we don't want to spend more than highest 1.5 hours here. So that's the more reason why we're going to be doing things timely, so that we don't waste much of our time. We are quickly going to take the microphone to the chairman of this event, Oasis Muslim Care Foundation. What do you know about Oasis? Have you even heard of Oasis Muslim Care Foundation before? And what are their programs? Why are they coming to your school today? And what do they want to do in your school? Which other school are they going to still be going? And when you see them in that school, you will not be like, who are these people? Our chairman of this occasion, the person of engineer Abdul-Karim Tawfiq, is going to be doing justice to this particular point, inshallah. I'm going to hand over the microphone to him now to tell us about this event. Assalamu alaikum.
I'm not the chairman, like you said. Our chairman is Dr. Yusuf Abdul, but he's unavoidably absent. So I'm a member of the committee. I'm representing the chairman. So when you see me outside, you won't call me chairman. I have to clarify that. The organization or the foundation is called Oasis Muslim Care Foundation. Well, we are students here. So what is an Oasis? Anybody? Geography students, social studies students, Oasis. Someone will be able to answer that. Anyone? Oasis, or am I pronouncing it wrongly, teachers? O-A-S-I-S. You should know. Okay, someone at the back.
A place in the desert where there's water. A place in the desert where there's water.
A place in the desert where there's water. Is that Allah here? If you've not been to a desert before, we all know how important water is. At least when we are fasting, we know how important water is to us. nobody greets you when you're passing. What we say is what? Because water is the key thing. So oasis, if you imagine you are now in the desert, there's no water, you see water far away to you, an oasis. And you've been probably walking in the desert for 4 or 5 hours. You'll be extremely thirsty. So when you see the oasis, what does it give you? It gives you hope, joy, and it satiates your thirst. Okay? So I'm saying this so that I can understand where we're coming from. Oasis Care Foundation was established by the Ilorin Central Branch of the Muslim Students Society. The Ilorin Central Branch is the arm, or the central branches are arms of MSSN that the membership is made up of workers. Okay? So they were the ones who set up Oasis some 15 or more years ago. Can't remember the actual date. Okay. And the reason for setting up Oasis is to provide support, to provide funds for Muslims who are ill, who are sick, and they cannot afford to pay their hospital bills. That's the reason why Oasis was founded. To provide support for Muslims who are sick and needy. Okay, that's what Oasis was. That's why it was founded. So what do? We seek for funds from our members, from people in society, people who want to contribute zakat, who want to give sadaqah, to be able to raise funds for people that are sick. Now, but you're wondering, we are here now. We are not here to treat sick people, but there's a common saying: prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. So part of the activities Oasis also carries out is activities aimed at educating people about health, giving people health education, so that if people know what they should do and what they shouldn't do, they will not even fall ill. So the number of people we need to provide care for will actually reduce. So one of the activities we have is what we call public health lecture. We carry that out twice in a year, during Ramadan and outside Ramadan. We do that in conjunction with Muslim Medical Association and Muslim Medical Association of Islamic Medical Association of UIT. We do that twice a year, where we have a medical doctor, usually a consultant, coming to talk about a particular health challenge. We also provide treatment for people there, provide free drugs for those who also come. Secondly, another program we have is what we actually have here. We go to secondary schools to also talk about public health. Our focus in secondary schools is usually on drug and substance abuse, which is what we're having here. We're having a couple of schools also. And besides that, we also pay visitations to prisons. What are prisons called now? Correctional centers. We did not ask the MC, we asked the students. So prisons are now called correctional centers. Why? Because prison is not meant to just punish, but to correct the inmates and change them for the better. So we visit correctional centers to also talk to the inmates about their health and also give them hope. Okay. Besides prison, we also visit Registrar home where we have younger inmates. Our last program is also a public health lecture, but we hold that one online. We hold that one online using Zoom, so that people can actually participate from different parts of the world. So basically, this is what Oasis Muslim Care Foundation does. Now, to our students, why I won't tell you about what we do. We will also want students like you. If you sit down here today and you benefit, as I believe you will, benefit from this program, you also have it in mind that when you grow up, you also do something like this. The more useful we are to our society, the better society will be. Whereas we look up to government for most of what we need, government cannot do everything. So we hope that 1, 2, doing here today to also contribute your own quota to society when you grow up. I want to thank our lecturer. I haven't given a lecture. I want to thank you before he gives the lecture. Still thank him after he's given his Dr. A.F. Lawal from Al-Hikmah University Department of Sociology. So I want to thank you for the lecture he's going to deliver. It's going to talk about drug and substance abuse. I will not want to preempt him. I know he will do justice to the topic. So in a nutshell, that is what Oasis Black Foundation is. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Let us say takbir. Let us say jazakumullahu khairan. That is a nutshell about Oasis. Basically, we are into health enlightenment. Health what? Enlightenment. When you say you are abusing drugs, some of you even know what is drug is and how to even administer some of these drugs. You think it's only paracetamol and benzene are drugs. There are hard drugs. You are going to be listening to this lecturer today and you will really enjoy this lecturer. The lecturer's citation, little about the lecturer is going to be said. And that will even give you the input or the knowledge of who is the person giving us lecture about drug. The person before you is Madam or Mr. Dr. Lawal Afeez Folorunsho. He is presently the Assistant Registrar at Al-Hikmah University. And he is a lecturer in the Department of Sociology, the same university. He studied sociology. In fact, part of the publications that the Madam has published is studies on community health insurance and crime rate among youth. Crime rate among what? Youth. The second one is on the research on the Nigerian social health insurance system, among other sociological topics. The youth there is what I want to point out. He is going to be discussing about drug substance, the drug abuse and everything, as it affects youth. Everyone here are youth. Are you not youth? Eh? There are a lot of implications in the taking of drugs. And what are those drugs that is allowed for you to take? What are those drugs that affect you negatively? What are those drugs that will lead you to engaging in bad acts? It is what this lecturer is going to be discussing today. And I want you, every one of you, to listen with rapt attention. We don't want to be seeing anybody roaming about. Please listen so that you can enjoy the lecturer very well. I'm going to be handing over the microphone to the lecturer of today, who is going to be doing justice to the topic. The topic once again is drug and substance abuse. Drug and substance abuse. To be discussed by who? Dr. A. Lawal. From where? From which department? Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum. Allah make it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The chairman of Oasis Muslim Care Foundation, every representative of our also our able brother from University of Ilorin, our anchor and other members of the foundation, our host school, Ansarul Islam Secondary School, and invited guests. Once again, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Firstly, I want to commend the Oasis Muslim Care Foundation for the work they have been doing for almost 2 2 decades. As outlined by the chairman, he explained that the mandate of the foundation is to provide care for the vulnerable people, specifically the people that are sick, the widow, and the orphans. The Almighty Allah reward you abundantly. Before we delve so deep into our discussion today, I want to call our attention to the fact that this particular gathering is a form of giving out an amana to those of us that are around today, which actually begins with myself that was given the responsibility of making a presentation on the topic. Also, we have students that have been selected from various schools, isn't it? With a view to ensuring that you acquire the knowledge, then you go back to your institutions and share the knowledge with other students. Do you understand? Again, the foundation is committed to ensuring that, okay, we are not set out to be paying the medical bills of people that are sick, but we are also trying to pay attention to public health or issues of public health concerns, such as this. If eventually or at some point you find people who are victims of drug abuse or patients as a result of drug abuse, and you are invited to come and support, you definitely put down the money if you have. But what they are set out to do today is to ensure that nobody falls into drug abuse. They don't want us to engage in drug abuse, to avoid a situation whereby we will be spending to rehabilitate people out of such problem. May Almighty Allah guide us and be with us on this. I have prepared a little piece. Incidentally, this program is clashing with another one that I have currently, but I have taken permission for 1 hour so that I can be able to attend this one. So whatever discussion that we do, the Almighty Allah accepts it as an act of ibadah for myself, for the foundation, and every one of us in general. Yeah, now, the topic is drug and substance abuse. Drug and substance abuse. It's as saying drug abuse or substance abuse. Drug abuse refers to the use of illegal drugs. I hope you are listening. The use of illegal drugs or excessive use of legal drugs, including substances. Just to give a definition. In my discipline, sociology, we don't used to have a permanent definition for concepts. You define based on the perspective that you are looking at the concept. Do you understand? So if we are to come up with another definition, we can be given like 5, 10 of the same concept. But to save time, let us stick to the one that I have just given. Then a little explanation of the definition. We spoke about illegal drugs, the consumption or the use of what? Illegal drugs. What are examples of illegal drugs? Anybody? Please, somebody should please volunteer so that this session can be an interactive one. Examples of illegal drugs.
Cocaine.
Okay, thank you. Another person?
Cigarettes.
Alcohol.
Ilorin, thank you. Idiahe, thank you. Marijuana. One more, but the last one. Okay, Ilorin, somebody has said it. Thank you. Thank you. The feedback that I've just gotten now is that you are aware of drugs. You are aware, you know it already. Do you understand? So the Almighty Allah accepts the efforts that this foundation is making at this point to curb that menace within our community. There are various means of administration or administering of these drugs. There are various ways through which these drugs are administered. Some of them, okay, let me go back to the second part of the definition. We spoke about the illegal ones, the ones that we have just said. Okay, can you give examples of excessive or drugs that are taken excessively? Examples of drugs that are taken excessively. Legal drugs that are taken excessively. Only, thank you. Paracetamol, thank you. Okay, thank you. Tramadol, thank you. Real extra, okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, that's okay. These are legal drugs. These are prescription drugs for particular healthcare conditions. But unfortunately, what we have come to realize in our society is that people tend to do what? Abuse these various drugs. Tramadol, paracetamol, Panadol Extra, and some of these things, they are analgesic drugs that are produced for people's consumption in order to reduce pain. But unfortunately, people have started abusing them and take them in excess. I heard of a situation where somebody went on Hajj. Then the person was having body pain and went to the clinic, and they gave the person paracetamol, and they said take only 2. But because the person was used to taking 4 tablets or maybe paracetamol or normal drugs that they buy in Nigeria, he took 4 of the Saudi Arabian paracetamol, then the person collapsed. You understand that they actually admitted the person in order to get that particular thing out of the body system before it could probably recover from the problem. Now, these are the various drugs that we have. But are you also aware that there are some other ones that you do not pay attention to that are actually part of our culture in the Nigerian setting? For instance, kola nut. Who is aware that kola nut is a drug? And some other ones like that. Some people, what's common among students, especially tertiary institution students, is the use of what you call it, Nescafe, caffeine products, in order to ensure that they do not sleep. At the end of the day, excessive intake of that particular product can also lead to what? Drug abuse. So this brings us to the level of understanding that it is not everybody that is involved in drug abuse that has the intention of abusing drugs. Do you understand? It is not everybody that does what, that have the intention of abusing drugs. Somebody who is consuming Indian hemp knows that he's doing something illegal, isn't it? Somebody who is consuming marijuana, heroin, cocaine, and the rest, they are aware that they are doing what? They are abusing drugs, and all these activities are what? Illegal. But somebody who has been given paracetamol or Benelin with codeine and some other things, then you feel that the cough or the catarrh that you want to treat is not going, then you take double dose. Do you understand? So these people are actually abusing drugs too. So while you are sensitizing and admonishing your friends who are abusing drugs that are illegal, you also have the responsibility of admonishing and sensitizing friends and family members who are doing what? Who are abusing legal drugs. So this is part of our what? Responsibilities and mandates after we have acquired the knowledge. Is that taken? The next that we should know, there are various ways of administering drugs. Some of them are administered orally. These are the ones that you take into your mouth. Some are administered intravenously. I don't know if you have seen videos of where people are injecting drugs into their system. Have you seen? So, another one is through inhaling. What kind of drugs can be inhaled? Cocaine. No. Anyway, probably when they put light to it. Do you understand? But again, those who smoke, they are also inhaling it. Do you understand? Then the last one is snorting. Snorting. As if you are sniffing it. Asa is also a drug. Asa or taba is also a drug. When you take it in excess. Ampola nuts, I mentioned it earlier. Do you understand? They are all what? They are drugs. It's just unfortunately that some of them are legal and some of them are what? Illegal. Thank you. Now let's look at the categories of people that abuse drugs. Categories of people that do what? That abuse drugs. So that if you fall into the bracket, you should know. Then you should start to plot how you get yourself out of the dangers of what? Of drug abuse. Number one is that men are more likely to be involved in drug abuse than women. But in the recent years, we are having a very rapid increase in the number of